Vapman. Vapman here, and here are the Vaps. Yeah, here are my buddies. You can see, yep, my drinking buddies. We'll put them over there. And here are the Vaps that do all the work. As you can see, they're a little bit more active. They make sure that your visas are issued correctly and the process is smooth as silk. That's right, so we'll put them over there. Okay, so today we're doing a video on Indian tourist visas, more specifically the e-visa, and we're doing the form, payment and approval. So there's another video on who's eligible in the process, but this is specifically on the form because the form is a bit of a nightmare. But anyway, hopefully this video will help you to get through it. So the first thing, what do you need to start? What do you need to start? And you need a passport. That's the first thing, of course. And you need the SAARC countries. Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought when I heard that. SAARC countries. Anyway, there's 7 of them. India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, I can't remember. Look it up in Google. Make sure you've got the 7 because you're going to ask you, have you been to any of them in the last 3 years? So you need to know which countries they are. The third thing you need is your old Indian visa details. So if you've been to India before, if you haven't, that's fine. But if you've been there before, they're going to ask you everything about that visa. So you need to have all those details in front of you. The next thing you have to have is your passport biodata page. And that's got to be in PDF. That's a biodata page and there's various instructions around it. And the last thing you need is a photo, a square photo, which is in JPEG. Okay, you need a square photo in JPEG. And it's got to be square, not portrait, okay? So that's the basic details. And you need them because the form times out, and also you've got to fill in the form in sequence. You can't leave anything out. So it can get a bit frustrating if you don't have the right information. Right, so let's go and look through the form. So first of all, that's page 1, basic details, who are you, your passport, blah, 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 and kind of I'm not a machine type of thing. One of those. Page 2, basically, just address, etc. And also, now this is the first VAP alert, and it's basically your mum and dad's details. So they want your name and the nationality and also the place of birth. So you need to fill these things in completely, right? You can't leave anything out, otherwise it annoys them and they're going to reject your application, or it'll delay things at least. Right, so that's page 2, is occupation stuff. So that's fairly straightforward. Page 4, okay, so here we come with the, this is the visa details form. This is basically your past visa. So they want, if you've been to India before, they want to know the visa number, the date of issue, the place of issue, where you've been in India, your reference there. Pretty comprehensive, okay? So you've got to have all those details which will be on the old visa. If you haven't got that, that creates a few issues, right? Next page, page 5, we've got 2 VAP alerts. First of all, we've got the SAARC countries. So that's where they're going to ask you the SAARC country question. Have you been to any of them in the last 3 years? And then here is your reference in India. That's important. So you need to have a reference in India. And not only do they need the name and address, but they also want the phone number. Okay, they also want the phone number, which is really, maybe you might not have, but again, you've got to fill that in, okay? Right, okay, where are we? Page 6. Okay, so this is your first of your upload pages. This is your passport biodata page. Okay, they've got various instructions, got to be a clear and easy to read, and here's all the instructions, and it's got to be in a PDF, right? Not Word or anything else, PDF. Okay, and also it says here that basically if you do anything wrong, they'll reject your application. Or if you do this wrong. So be careful that you do it right, okay? And then the next one, this is the real fun one, well, it seems to be for people. This is the photo page, and again they've got instructions here as to how it should be. Basically it's got to be square, so all your photos are probably portrait, so this is going to be square, and you can't manipulate the portrait one. It doesn't work, okay? We've tried it many times, but no. So it's got to be square and it's got to be a white background and so on. And again they give you the warning, if it's done incorrectly, your video application is rejected. So there you go. So that's the photo. Okay, then we get to the payment page. Okay, so we get to the payment page, and what they do with the payment, it's actually from 50 to 70 US dollars, depending which country you're applying from. And basically they send you to a payment gate, which is the third party, and sometimes it's down, even for a day or so. Yeah. Anyway, the problem with that is that basically they also say down here, if you try 3 times to make a payment and it doesn't go through, they reject your application and you have to start again. I know, fun and games, Indian bureaucracy, right? But anyway, you've got to respect it. You're going there. Okay, so basically, yeah, so be careful there. What I'd say is if it doesn't go through the first time and you've done it all right, try a second time. And if it doesn't go through the second time, wait a day, okay? Because maybe it's just sorting itself out. Okay, that's it. You could phone the closest Indian consulate, but what I find is half the time they don't actually know. But hey, you could give it a try. Okay, page 9, we've got undertaking, which is not the same as the undertaker, although there's probably similar connotations. But anyway, you can read that if you want to. I didn't on purpose. Page 10, we've got, okay, so this is another VAP alert. And this is basically because it's saying, this is your confirmation details. So everything you've filled in, this is it. There's 2 pages of it, right? And basically, you've got to remember to, check everything is right, okay? Because if anything is wrong, it could create problems, okay? So check anything. Don't worry, these are my details. You're not going to learn anything, even if you expand it. Okay, so that's important, right? And then 3 to 5 days later, 35 days later, and it's 50 to 70 US dollars, as I said, you'll get an approval. And here's the approval. Yeah, you get one of these in your email, which says, you're ready to go. Okay, and basically, you need to print that off, okay? Print that off and put it in your documents or into your passport, because there's nothing worse than being not sure. And even though it's electronic, and it should actually show and everything works, although does it in India? When you're on those queues in Delhi or Mumbai, you might wonder. But no, having this gives you a bit of peace of mind that everything's been done properly, right? And it's proof that you've paid for it and so on and so forth. So yeah, so do that. So just to wrap up, basically, the e-visa's online. It's fairly straightforward, but the form is a bit of a mare for people. And we get a lot of people coming to us saying, this is too much and too hard. And but hey, hopefully this video has helped you, and it may help you to do yourself, and that's fine. Otherwise, if you're too much to ask, you could always use these guys. Yeah, the VAPs, not them because they're drunk, but these guys. Yeah, these guys. They've done thousands of e-visas, right? So they know what they're doing. They know what the Indian people want to see in the form and not, and they make sure the process goes smooth. Plus, because even though we're a New Zealand company based in New Zealand, because this is an online visa, we can do it for anyone in the world, okay? So, yep, either do it yourself, DIY, or get these VAPs to help you. Okay, check you later.